This video is about my home by the sea, Hampton University. Home by the sea, Hampton University. Through the news, through Facebook, I've been hearing that the students are protesting on the campus. Now, I'm a graduate of Hampton University, class of 88. I graduated in 89. I worked at Hampton University for over 10 years, on and off again, from 91 all the way through, I believe, 2000 or so. Hampton University, those issues that those kids are raising are the same issues that were raised, not all of them, but a lot of them, cafeteria, dorms, all these things like that. Those issues were raised in the 80s, and I'm sure they was raised before that. President William Harvey has done a great job of bringing Hampton University into 2018. The thing about Hampton University is that, like any other university, we have issues. We have issues, and the issues need to be resolved. But the issues with, the problems that they have with President Harvey per se, the reason why it's so tough to deal with that situation is because he's done so well for the campus as far as building, bringing new buildings on the campus, raising up the endowment, keeping things flowing. He's a good businessman. So those board of trustees are his bosses, and most of them are most likely just handpicked. So what's around President Harvey is a bunch of yes men. Everybody's scared to death. When it comes to that campus, he runs that campus, the administration, with, very hard. So there's a guy who works there. He might be passed away now, but when I was working there in 2008, 9, and 10, there's a guy who worked he wasn't a janitor, one of the guys who helped clean up, but like moving stuff, one of the workers. He had been there for 40 years too. He was there through all the presidents, 4 of the presidents, who last names begin with H. Holmes, Harvey, a couple other presidents. And he told me when he first came to Hampton, the workers, as far as the workers go, their children went to college 100%. So 10 of his children received degrees from Hampton University, and it was all paid for because he worked there. He said back then Hampton would help you as a worker, a common worker, buy your house, get you a car. The conditions for workers at Hampton when I left in 2010, for the common workers, for the kitchen workers, for the painters, horrible. Absolutely horrible. The wages were low. The benefits were not the same. I believe they paid half for you to go to college or whatever. And if you worked during the day, you couldn't take no class anyway. Most of Hampton University classes are during the day. So it's a different environment as far as the working class goes there. But I'm not going to deal with none of that. I'm going to deal with the spiritual side. Now, this is a dream I had when I came to work there at Hampton University in 2008, 2009, 2010. This is what I saw. I was in the White House on campus, President Harvey's house. I was in the kitchen. And I've been in his house before, but I've never went through the house. I think I just been in that back area before, but I was in the kitchen and he was standing on the other side. My back was to a basement that went down. So he's looking at me and he tells me he didn't have no problem with me. I had no problem with him. He looks at me and he tells me, he says, go into the basement. So I looked into the basement, and in the basement was nothing but pure corruption. So I turned to him and I was like, no, He got mad. He looked at me again and forcibly, as though he had some type of authority over me, he told me to go into the basement. I looked at him again and said no. He got frustrated not being able to do nothing with me in his own house, and he walked away from me in his own house, left me in the kitchen. I walked in through his house, upstairs into his bedroom, opened his top dresser drawer, grabbed his wallet, opened it up, grabbed all the money in his wallet, and took it out of his wallet. Then I woke up. For many times, I used to ask, Lord, what did that dream mean? What did that dream mean? The dream, the meaning of the dream is that for me to get along with him, and I'm talking not him personally, I'm talking about the spirit, I would have to revert back to my old corrupted self. Because the campus, through the administration, has corruption in it. Then he got frustrated when he couldn't, because at that point in my life, I was sold out to the Messiah, Yahshua HaMashiach. So I was being led of the Spirit of the Most High. So he gets frustrated and leaves like, man, I can't do nothing with him. He walks away. I go upstairs, and when I grab his wallet, that money represented souls, salvation. So understand this, what you're dealing with at Hampton University is a man who's done great things for the university, but is connected with pure corruption. And many people know of these things, but they're scared or unwilling to come forward with the conditions. And when I say corruption, I'm talking about the conditions of the workers, how they're being underpaid, and how the campus is being run with contractors and different things, and you know, say those type of situations. The way the degree work is happening, you know what I'm saying? So that campus started out as a campus to educate slaves. We had majors on that campus or disciplines like dry cleaning. I'm not saying that that's what we should be teaching now. I'm just saying that, hey, listen, we're going so far away from the purposes of this historical black college to the point now we're leaving now and going into different. We're leaving the MEAC. We left the CIA. We're leaving the MEAC. My thing about this, and when it comes to black folks, and we have a thing called the standard of excellence. When is the things like the MEAC and the CIA, why can't our standard be so high that predominantly white schools want to join our associations? You understand? Racism will be ended when white institutions will come in and join our institutions, not us constantly trying to prove that we're as good as them by joining their institutions. That's silly. The MEAC, the CIAA, these institutions can be great. But, you know, if we're constantly trying to break into other people, the first black this and the first black that, how about the standard of excellence that was stricken by or driven by Booker T. Washington, that we're the best. Nobody does it better. You understand what I'm saying? Be the best. And the purpose of this message is that the Most High is Yahshua HaMashiach. Holiness is still the standard. Church going is not going to save you. So if President Harvey hear this, you know, a real relationship with Jesus Christ will drive you into repentance to make things right. Amen.